The title of this video is insane, and it's hard to believe. I understand, but I promise you, I'm not making this up. I'm going to go ahead and back this up with math. The thing is, I wanted to do an apples to apples comparison of our cyber protesting campaign. I know we already did one of the Bloodstained Men with cyber protesting versus street protesting, but when I get a comment like this, we're definitely going to go ahead and defend the cyber protesting ad campaign. The comment says, maybe it's expensive because it's impressions, not views. Maybe advertising costs cheap in my country. That's why it seems expensive to me, especially that money for 36,000 impressions. Well, I'm going to go ahead and compare pots with little images. So first, let's talk about where this comes from. This is the comment right here. But I spent $277 on the ad campaign. This was our last campaign. Our reach was 31,267. So that is pretty good, so I thought. But let's go ahead and let's first review little images so we can anchor our expectations of the Potts' ad campaign. This is Little Images' old website, and it's telling you to pick a sponsorship level. It says $10 people reached 200, $20 for 400 people reached, $50 for 1,000 people reached, $100 right up here above my head for 2,000 people reached. So all of this, all in all, is 5 cents per person reached. I don't know how Little Images even figured out it took 5 cents to reach one person. I'm quite curious. I don't know how they were advertising, but it does say that they were going to boost our website's effectiveness. So that's one way. But anyways, it takes about 5 cents to reach one person. Doesn't matter what donation level you go ahead and you pick. It doesn't really matter, right? What donation level you picked. It's going to be 5 cents per person reached for your sponsorship. Now, let's go over to Potts' campaign. So we've been running $5 ads for Facebook. And as you see here, we reached 516 people for $4.91. So that is less than a penny per reach. Again, 465 reached for $4.91. That's about a penny, a little more than a penny. This is another one for $5. All of these are going to be $5 or roughly a little less than $5. This is $486 for 539 people reached, less than a penny again. $4.91, 516. So we can keep going on and on like this, but you're going to get about a penny per reach. Like, we're not talking just views, but we're talking like actually reached out. People saw this and looked at it. They didn't just like scroll past it, right? Quite a lot, like a penny per reach versus what Little Images was doing. That's 5 times better. Now, if you go over to our X account, we're doing $10 per advertisement. And here you see we have 4,400 impressions. So cost per 1,000 impression is $2.27 right up here. So that is 1,000 people for $2. That is super cheap. Again, this is 7,000 impressions, well over. This is averaging $1.37 per 1,000 impressions. Again, very, very cheap. All right, this right here is 5,000 impressions almost. This is $2 per 1K impressions. This is almost 9,000 impressions. Once again, we're only spending 10. Actually, this gave a bunch of unique impressions out, so this was very close to 9,000. And again, this was about $1.13 per 1,000 impressions. And we can keep going on and on. This is 10,000 impressions almost for $10. So that's 1.04 per 1K impression. So literally, we're talking like 0.1 cent right now with this advertisement that we did. And we can just keep on going down. This has 17,550 impressions. This cost 57 cents per 1,000 impression. That's like 1/20th of a penny per person. That's crazy seeing this, right? Again, almost 9,000 for $10. And this just goes on and on and on. So as you go and commit more money to a campaign, you will see that the cost per 1K impressions will go down and impressions will go up exponentially, as I will show you in the next example. So the more you spend on one campaign, the more you save. So right here, this is $25. So we spent $25 on 2 campaigns. I'm just going to move myself here real quick. Now, granted, these are videos, so it's a little different, but we spent $25 April 21st. We got 62,000 views, 58,000 people reached. And here again, we got another $25 spent. We got 34,640 reached. So that is quite a lot of reach for $25. So if we go up here and we take $25, divide that by 58,000, we're getting roughly $0.00043 to reach one person. That is over 100 times better than Little Images. It's actually 116 times better. And if you actually view the results of this, it will say cost per through play $0 because it was so tiny they couldn't even give us a dollar amount. That's how tiny it was. Okay, but again, Little Images, they did update their website. They don't even really have a donation spot anymore. So I just want you guys to be aware that you can't really donate to Little Images as far as what I can see. So they don't have this up anymore. It is gone. But once again, I don't know how they figured out this 5 cents to reach one person business. Not really sure. But I will say though that POTS is well over 11,000% more effective than Little Images, and we were using their numbers when we went ahead and did this. So this, we didn't make this up. This is what they were trying to advertise, really. So just to give an example of this, if you were getting a loaf of bread at the grocery store and all the ingredients were the same, would you pay $2 for the loaf or $11 for the exact same loaf? And actually, the thing is for the $2 loaf of bread, which is Potts' bread here, you actually know the ingredients. You know what we're doing. Like, you know what's inside. For the $11 Little Images loaf of bread in this example, you don't actually know how they were advertising. I have no idea how they were advertising or reaching out to other people. It just says support meetings with pastors, professionals, and parents, boost our website's effectiveness, protect babies from genital cutting, but it doesn't actually explain how they were spending this money. So with the loaf of bread analogy, you know what's in Potts' loaf here. Now I have some super exciting news. Now I would like to offer to anyone who is watching this the ability to have more control over this cyber protesting campaign. Since after all, Potts has your back, just like you have our back. That's how our community works. And I like to engage with my audience. I like to work with you guys. So if you find an advertisement you like on our X or our Facebook that you want to promote, we have quite a few of them. So if you like the wolf one, if you like this ad, if you like the lottery ticket ad, or if you like the circumcision consent form ad, or this one, circumcise your son without consent, he may come to regret it and resent you. If that vibes with you, if this vibes with you right here and you're like, I want to promote this more, I'll tell you what I'll let you guys do. If you want, you can go to our coffee right here and you can go ahead and donate. You can pick how much you want to donate. It can be $5, $10, $25, whatever. And just pay a little bit extra to help cover the PayPal fee or Stripe fee, so the full amount can go towards the advertising. Like, let's say for like the resentment advertisement. So let's say if you want to give us $10, give us like $12. Also, I'll let you pick if you want 1 day or 2 days or 3 days you want the ad to run, as well as the social media medium if you want it to be on X or Facebook. Just let me know on Coffee or Discord what you want, and I will try my best to make it happen. Now, if you want to see how much more effective it is to donate more to this cyber protesting campaign, I made a little chart of all that stuff I was reading to you guys. I broke this down to people reached. If you give $5, you're going to reach about 300 to 600 people. Now, if you give $10, it's about 13 times to 30 times more effective, roughly. You're going to reach about 4,000 to 18,000 people with $10. Now with $25, now keep in mind, those were videos, but you're going to get an extra 8 times to 3 times boost, and you're going to be reaching 34,000 to 58,000 people. I'm going to go ahead and put this on my coffee so you guys can go ahead and see how many people you're going to reach roughly, depending on how much you do end up paying for it. Once again, this is just kind of like guidelines. I don't want to promise you anything. And once again, POTS isn't going to be getting anything for this, not really. Like I said, maybe a little bit of publicity, but the main point here is to be like, hey, circumcision bad. And all of the ads that we're putting out on X right now are $10, and Facebook, we're putting them out for $5 a piece, an ad. So there will be more ads to come. So if you don't see a post that you necessarily like yet, just follow my X, follow and like my Facebook, and hopefully eventually you do see something that you do like, and you should see it being promoted pretty quickly. But just write me a message there on Coffee or Discord which one you want to be promoted. Of course, if you do end up donating to Prevail or the system or tipping us, even if it is for the ad campaign, you will be getting OnlyPans access, making you a PAN member. A PAN member just means that you have donated to support POTS, and we give you exclusive access, and you get monthly meetings along with a whole range of perks on top of it. This strategy is way more effective than what Little Images was doing, and I would argue that this cyber protesting is way more effective than street protesting, which is what Bloodstained Men is doing, and same thing with Cockfight USA. You can actually see that video here for a full explanation. And keep in mind, guys, that POTS is not even 3 years old, but we are getting bigger and bigger and bigger thanks to you guys and your support. So anyways, guys, if you have any questions, let me know down in the comment section. Please like and subscribe, and also follow us on X and Facebook. It really does help the cyber protesting become bigger. All right, Intactivists, have a great one. Bye.